Yamaha presents the Whitetail Diaries, chronically hunting adventures of the most plentiful and intelligent big game animal in North America. Embark on the amazing adventure that is hunting the white-tailed deer. This week on the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries. Well, it's still opening weekend on the Wendlandt Ranch in Central Texas. Last time we saw Yamaha's Steve Nessel knock down a bruiser, and Wade started his season off hunting with his Smith & Wesson Performance Center Stealth Hunter handgun. And while he didn't see any shooters on his first sit, well, Wade is heading back out, anxious to drop the hammer on a mature whitetail.
We're getting ready to take off and head to the stand. It's the second morning of our hunt here on opening weekend, and coming off last night's excitement where Steve was able to get on that big buck we'd had scouting cameras of and take him with his bow, and then recover him last night and get him in the cooler. Got everybody pretty high and pretty excited. That always gets people excited at hunting camp. So we're going to go out this morning and continue on in our handgun hunt, and what we're going to do is work our way pretty far off to the back end of the ranch, where there's a pretty large hill that we're going to get up on and climb up in an oak tree in an elevated platform in an area that the deer just kind of probably coming from the bottoms and down in some fields from where they fed on and watered all night long, and worked their way up to this bedding area. And hopefully, even though it's calm and a little bit warmer this morning, we'll have some deer come by in range, and we'll find us a shooter up there, see if we can't down deer number 2. I love this setup we're at this morning. It makes all the sense in the world. You got this big area for these deer that's been up all night long feeding. We work up here to, a bedding area. This would be the best description I could have for it up here. And, we had a shooter cross this lane this morning, kind of work down there and then go back. And he milled around. We think he disappeared back that direction there. Had a doe and a little 3-point come through, but that's all we saw. But it is so still up here right now. I mean, it's just dead calm. That's part of the hunting scenario. You got to take what's given you. And I just, I feel like we can get one up here at this type of a spot. We just need to get the right deer to come through one of these little trails, one of these draws, and drop the hammer on him. So it's probably breakfast time now. We'll make us a plan for the afternoon hunt and go from there. It's always good to go set though. As the hunt continued to progress, we started moving around, looking at other locations and really trying to study where some deer are. And we had gotten on a group of deer that were working down this creek that was really setting up really good. And we went in and we looked at the options of setting up a ladder stand real quick, a tripod, and we finally settled on building a pop-up. And Cabela's has this pop-up out that's got windows for the top and the bottom, and it's pretty unique to me in the sense that we were able to open the bottom window up and brush the entire blind up and sit literally on the ground at eye level with these deer, but have a shooting hole all the way to the ground. And I just thought this was the perfect setup for what we were doing, because we cut a lot of cedar and brushed this blind in along this creek, and I mean, it just looked like the perfect travel corridor for a lot of deer.
The Yamaha Whitetail Diaries is brought to you in part by Yamaha ATVs and side-by-sides, real world tough. Cabela's, it's in your nature. Thompson Center, America's master gunmaker.
newest member of the Yamaha off-road family. It thrives in the most remote, rugged terrain. It never steps down from a challenge and travels long distances in search of adventure. The all-new Yamaha Wolverine. It's a whole new animal.
It's in our stomping grounds and our playground. It's in our sights and our commitment. It's in him, it was in them, and it will continue with her. It's in my nature. Is it in yours?
The outdoors. It's been my playground for decades. I enjoy everything about it. Like me, I bet you also look at the outdoors as your own personal playground. And like me, I bet you're always looking for the newest challenge. So come join me in my Smith & Wesson Performance Center handgun and let's share a new experience in the outdoors. Performance when it matters most from the Smith & Wesson Performance Center.
The art of the hunt is not painted with a broad brush. Its eye is in the details. The note on the refrigerator, a set of broadheads, tried and true, the well-worn boots, soaked in doe estrus, and a Garmin Rhino, the only GPS with two-way radio. Prepare your measuring tapes, Pope and Young. It's whitetail season in Rhino country.
Oh, nice shot.
You put the cool in life. We put the cool in coolers. Arctic ice. Welcome back to the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries with Wade Middleton. Well, Wade is on his way back out to a pop-up blind he set up earlier that day, hoping that the afternoon hunt will have him pulling the trigger on his Smith & Wesson Performance Center handgun.
The Smith & Wesson Performance Center Model 629 Stealth Hunter was specifically designed for use by hunters in the field. It's been around for quite some time, a little bit over a decade, and it was built to meet the specifications of handgun hunters worldwide. As far as hunting handguns go, I don't find this gun so heavy that it feels like I'm hunting with a giant gun, and its overall length of just under 13 inches really feels nice in my hand. I'm not saying this gun doesn't kick, but if you use proper form, you're going to be able to enjoy a gun that's going to have a lot of features, it looks great, and it's deadly accurate.
This is our setup right here. We built this blind earlier, and it's just perfect. I'm really excited about these windows on this blind. A lot of blinds, you don't have the option to get as low as we are here. We feel like it's important to get low with the way we're set up on this handgun hunt. I should be able to brace myself real well. I'm actually going to make a little shooting rest with a sandbag where I can go left or right and shoot a pretty good long distance. So let's go see what the old Smith & Wesson Performance Center is going to do for me.
I love my angles here. I've got an incredible angle off to the left. I'd built me a little rest to put the handgun on so that I could take a good shot when the time presented itself, or I could move, freely to, shoot off my knees. And we spotted this really cool 8-point. He had these forward-leaning antlers, and he had a little width to him, and was definitely a shooter. He just never gave me a great opportunity. He kind of slid in from the right, moved out to the left into this field, and kind of stared at us. And he wasn't comfortable, with our setup. It probably had crossed this little area several times, but was like, something's not right. That new blind, it's pretty well hidden, but it's just not right. And he kind of worked off, and so we decided to, give it a little more time and wait for the conditions to get perfect before we went back into that setup. I was trying to be really patient on this, and we haven't seen a lot of anything except for a lot of little bitty young bucks, which are great deer that many people across the nation would be happy with. We finally got conditions back right the way we were looking for, and decided to get into that pop-up in very low light, dark conditions. Basically get in there an hour before daylight and get settled in and see what would work along that creek again. We'd had a shooter in there that had skirted us and moved out, but in my mind I kept playing through this scenario of these deer would want to be in this shady brush line alongside this creek, and eventually we would have an opportunity to get one just crossing back and forth. The deer were moving this morning, and I mean it was really setting up the way that I like to see a setup go down. As I'm sitting there and I'm trying to get a shot, this deer kind of slides in at literally about 15 yards, and he cuts across, going from right to left, and then he kind of cuts across, and I mean I'm on him, but he's quartering away really hard, a shot that I just would not take, in any situation. I think I missed. I think I missed that shot.
The Yamaha Whitetail Diaries is brought to you in part by Smith & Wesson Performance Center. Performance when it matters most. Bradley Smoker, food smoking made easy. High-Vis Shooting Systems, see what you've been missing. Bubba Blade, the ultimate sportsman's knife.
Walker's continues to push the boundaries with innovations and technology in the shooting, sport, and hunting category. Introducing the all-new Razor Series. Maximum protection, industry-leading noise reduction ratings. With advanced circuitry, SAC, sound-activated compression circuit, true form, super slim profile. Reliable, dependable, comfortable hearing protection. Fulfilling and exceeding the needs of every shooter.
High-Vis Shooting Systems knows that your shooting performance matters in all conditions. All high-vis shooters experience faster target acquisition with our durable light wave sights. Featuring easily interchangeable light pipes, light wave sights give your eyes the exact sight picture you crave. Shoot high-vis. See what you've been missing.
We're going to try out this new folding fillet knife from Bubba Blade on these big grouper. We're going to try to gut them and see how this thing works. Oh man, like butter. I mean, that doesn't get any easier. Golly, unbelievable. Right through like butter. I love the new gut knife from Bubba Blade. It's compact. The best of all, it's like a pocket knife, man. You just close that thing up and put it away. Love it. Great little knife.
Heavy duty, rugged, and designed for the big game hunter and angler. The Food Saver Game Saver Titanium Vacuum Sealer has the power and performance to seal in the freshness of your game and fish for up to 3 years, 5 times longer than standard storage methods. And with its extra wide dual and repetitive sealing capabilities, that's a ton of big game savings. Tough tested and rated 4.8 out of 5 stars by outdoorsmen just like you. The Food Saver Titanium System, it's a true game changer.
What I love about the Bradley smoker is that it cooks everything perfectly and it holds all the juices in.
So today we are going to be smoking some barbecue ribs, some venison sausage, and some dove, which is awesome.
You will never grill me doves again. I have to have them in the Bradley smoker. I would prefer to use the Bradley smoker every time I cooked. Well, that's really true because I love this thing. No lie. For more recipes, log on to bradleysmoker.com.
Since 1984, Sawyer Products has offered the most technologically advanced solutions for protection against sun and bugs. Sawyer Picaridin insect repellent is effective against mosquitoes and flies. It's safe on you and your gear. And to maximize your protection, use a combination of Picaridin with odorless permethrin for your clothing and gear. Sawyer's Stay Put sunscreen will keep you comfortable and getting better protection for even longer. You're already outdoors. Sawyer keeps you there.
The thing about public land is that most people hunt the same old beaten path. The thing about you is, you're not most folks. Introducing the new TC Compass, only by Thompson Center. Follow your own compass with America's master gunmaker.
Welcome back to the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries with Wade Middleton.
I think I missed. I think I missed that shot. Oh, dadgummit. I don't know. I really think I pulled that shot. That was pretty intense. Had 2 shooters out there all over me. Oh, gosh. Man, we had these 2 great 8 points come in right there. They milled around, milled around, milled around. Got him out there about, I don't know, probably 35, 40 yards. And this is all about trigger control. I've spent a ton of time practicing on the range, and I really honestly think I pulled that shot. It just did not feel good to me. Well, I'll go down there and look. That's what you got to do, but golly, that's so fun. We've been hunting for some time with this and the encounters and seen a lot of deer, but I think at the moment of truth right there, Wade just kind of made a whiff. Hope not. We'll go find out. You just kind of, after you've shot a lot in your life, you kind of know what you've done, and I tell you what, I think I missed. He was standing broadside right here, so.
You know, the longer I hunt, the more I probably realize that I don't know near as much as I think I do. And immediately when I pulled that trigger, in my mind, I missed. And I saw the reaction of the deer and thought, man, I missed. And we went back and looked at the footage, and there was one brief point there where we thought maybe, you know, that I had hit this deer back. But you couldn't see it. You just could not define what you were seeing. And there was no hair. There was no blood. There was nothing. And, you know, if you asked around camp, if there was 10 people in there, 9.5 out of 10 would say that was a miss. You whiffed. We don't know where you missed. We don't even know where you hit, but it's a miss. But that's not the way that we like to do it and what we want to do. So we started, you know, a pretty thorough search. Scott was going down the creek, and I was going off this direction, and some of the other team members were over here. And we heard him whistling, and we you know, he whistled. Well, that's the Windlet way of alerting each of the other 2 brothers that I got something over here. And lo and behold, on the other side of that creek, he'd spotted that deer. You know, this is a testament to having friends to come help you find a deer. When I took that shot, the first thing that popped into my mind was, you know, I totally missed that deer. And but when we got back and looked, this right here is where I got him at. And the thing about it is, there's no blood. I mean, we never found blood. We're I don't know, 500-600 yards away. And to find this deer, it was a total team effort of people getting out and helping and walking around and looking. And I mean, you look at the character of this buck, and you know, when you look at him out there standing in that cut with the bent brow tines and the big tines, I mean, that hunt couldn't have come together absolutely any better. We'll pose him up, take some awesome pictures here, and we'll probably tell that story quite a few times.
Congratulations, Wade, on your first handgun entry into the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries. Well, up next, we debut a new Crossbow in the woods as Jeff looks to harvest a deer on opening weekend. The Yamaha Whitetail Diaries is brought to you in part by Grove Tech. Go hunt. We'll carry the gun. Food Saver, the #1 vacuum sealing system. Arctic Ice. We put the cool in coolers.
My secret weapon? Evercalm.
It's the first ever calming scent.
It's real smells from bedding areas.
To deer, that means safety.
Evercalm reassures even nervous deer,
which can help you get the shot.
I use Evercalm all season long.
Put it on your boots, your pants, and your decoy.
Its stick form won't wash away or freeze.
Evercalm.
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 From the Family Deer Farm at Conquest Scents.
When perfection is your goal, awards come with the territory. In 2016, 10-point and Wicked Ridge Crossbows collected an unprecedented 5 Best-in-Class Industry Awards. The Reverse Draw Carbon Nitro RDX, Best Crossbow by Field & Stream and Peterson's Hunting. The Forward Draw Turbo GT, Best Crossbow by Outdoor Life and Game & Fish. And the Budget-Minded Warrior G3, Great Buy by Field & Stream. Regardless of the features you want or the budget you have, 10-point has an award-winning crossbow for you.
Engel's got the original high-performance cooler and a whole lot more. Engel coolers, go with the original.
Stealth Cam. Proven reliability. Proven quality. Proven performance. Stealth Cam continues to push the boundaries of technology and innovation with its next generation of trail cameras. Proven performance in extreme conditions. Proven. Stealth Cam. Join the trail cam revolution.
Mummies is the leader when it comes to wildlife management products in Texas. With 4 store locations around San Antonio and the ability to deliver feed all across the state, from bulk deer feed deliveries to feeders and blinds, they have all your wildlife management needs covered. They are the largest Purina Antler Max dealer in the nation, so deer nutrition is their specialty. Call today to discuss your nutritional program. Visit them on the web for more information. When it comes to wildlife needs, Mummies is the leader.
Nikon's no-fault policy was created for those who continually push the envelope, travel the farthest, stay the longest, brave the most hostile elements. We do our best to deliver on our promise of a lifetime of performance. And we'll stand with you should accidents happen. Trust. Earned. Nikon.
When you're out hunting, make sure you're carrying Grove Tech. Grove Tech is designed specifically for the rigorous demands of the hunt and sets the standard for strength and ruggedness when out in the field. Grove Tech products have simply built the best tools for the job and are proudly made in the USA. Go hunt. we'll carry the gun. Growth Tech.
Every day, your eyes are exposed to dust, debris, and wind. Only Wiley X removable gaskets block it all out, and your eyes remain safe. Wiley X, absolute premium protection for sportsmen.
I've been hanging tree stands all my life. All you do is put the tree stand up against the tree, inch your way up, hope you don't fall!
Don't be like this guy. Get a Skyline safety system. Have your stand secured before you step off the ground. Like this guy.
The all-new Skyline safety system is redefining tree stand safety by allowing you to secure your ladder stand to the tree prior to stepping off the ground. For more information and to order yours today, visit SkylineSafetySystem.com.
Welcome back to the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries with Wade Middleton. Well, now it's Jeff Reynolds' turn to get in on the opening weekend action. His weapon of choice? Well, a crossbow. Specifically, the new Cabela's Instinct Order Crossbow by 10 Point.
Well, I got a chance to go on a crossbow hunt. Super excited. What a great time. I mean, being in the woods hunting with any kind of weapon is a lot of fun. On this particular hunt, we're out there with the Cabela's Instinct Order Crossbow by 10 Point. Just an awesome bow, super lightweight bow. Shooting groups like that at 40 yards is just unbelievable. You know, on this hunt, setting up in a tree stand in a place that was really neat. I mean, there was a creek behind us, a lot of oak trees that went down through there, there's persimmons, I mean, just a lot of food around for them. And these deer were just milling up and down this creek bed.
Smoke that sucker. Oh, did you see that lighted knock over there? I mean, perfect. Dude, I am shaking so bad. You talking about intense? I mean, I can't even be still. I bet every leaf on this tree's about to shake out. What acorns are still left in the tree? I think they're on the ground now. Man, what a set. Boy, he's got it all. He's got long tines, he's wide, he's a mature deer, the main thing, but boy, he's a good one. But I ranged all these little areas right here in front of me first, these trees and stuff, where I knew if they got by, I wouldn't have to, if I got in a pinch, I didn't have to range them. I knew what the yardage was. And I'm going to tell you, this Cabela's Instinct Order bow, It's by 10 points. So, I mean, when you mix two companies like that together, you know you got a great product. And I mean, it is a tack driver, and it just put the smack down on that 9 points. I think that deer we went very far. We're still going to do it the right way. Find the blood. Track it. Oh yeah, look right here. There's the hair. Broke off. What I did, that deer was quartering just a little bit, which is a shot that I really like to take. But I mean, I hit him perfect right behind the shoulder, but it hit that shoulder on the other side. So when he took off, it snapped that area in half. But I mean, that's what you want to see right there. I'm gonna leave this right here just for a mark. We'll come back and pick that up. But, now I'm really excited because that looks really good. Get that right there, buddy. He didn't go 25 yards and he's down. Look at that. Look at them horns sticking up right there. Holy cow. Golly, I can't believe that. Oh, man. Look at this bruiser right here, boys. Man, would you look at that. What a buck. That's just a lot of fun. I mean, crossbow hunting, just, you know, something different. You know, if you like to bow hunt, like to rifle hunt, I mean, that's all great. I like to do all of them. Muzzle loaders, but that crossbows, it is a lot of fun.
Congratulations, Jeff, on your opening weekend entry into the Yamaha Whitetail Diaries. Hey, thanks for watching. Find your next hunting vehicle at YamahaMotorsports.com.